Living room conversations.
If you're live in a room, isn't it a living room?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Season 3 of Living Room Conversations. I'm Joshua Fields Milburn.
And I'm Ryan Nicodemus, and together we are the Minimalists.
And we're here in my living room in Los Angeles, and we have some of your questions. You've been asking them in the comments below. You can continue to do that. Ryan, the first question for the third season of Living Room Conversations is from his daughter.
Oh.
His daughter asks, can you do a video on where to start simplifying? I tend to keep way too much of the past represented by stuff because of sentiment. Help! So, I mean, I think there are a few questions here. It's almost as though she's asking, where do I simplify next? Or maybe, how do I even get started in simplifying?
Yeah.
And then there's something about sentimental items as well, which I would maybe tweeze out a bit. What do you think, Ryan? When it comes to getting started with simplifying, what do you often recommend?
Well, I think you and I both would agree that when it comes to starting a minimalism journey, you want to get clear on why you want to start down this path. Because, I mean, certainly you could see your lovely home and be like, oh, I want to be a minimalist.
Right.
But if it's just to mimic your life, that's probably not the right reason to do it.
Yeah, you don't want to be me.
No. So his daughter, I would encourage you to get clear on the benefits of minimalism that you're going to experience in your life. So that might be, well, less clutter. It might be being able to clean your house faster. It might be getting rid of that storage unit that you're spending $250 a month on. Whatever it may be, just get clear on what it is that you are going to get out of this journey you want to start. It sounds like the sentimental items is what she really is kind of focused on, but there's so much more than just getting rid of sentimental items.
Yeah, in fact, I think understanding the why, because if you just want to get rid of sentimental items, I would ask, why would you want to get rid of the sentimental items? Or if you want to get rid of the excess stuff in your house, ask yourself why. How might your life be better with less? That's how you start, because as Ryan pointed out, the benefits of minimalism are going to be different for everyone, for sure.
Yeah.
What are some other ways to get started, though?
So I think you want to start small. You don't want to like tackle the most difficult things. So starting with the sentimental items might not be the best choice. I know some people like to start with the hardest things. Sometimes I think I like to start with the hardest things, and then I start with the hardest things, and I realize that like that's not where I need to begin.
I think often when we do that, we tend to give up because like, oh, this is too hard. Forget this. I could never simplify. I could never become a minimalist. So they just throw their hands up and sort of walk away from the whole project.
Yeah, I think a pretty good place to start though would be with the 30-day minimalism game. So you can go over to the minimalists.com/game, and there's a calendar there that you can download that you basically agree to start to get rid of things on the first day of whatever month you want to begin on. If you could find someone else to do this with you, it makes it even better because you got a little friendly competition. But you get rid of one thing on the first day of the month. You get rid of 2 things on the second day of the month. On the third day, you get rid of 3 things. The fourth day, all right, you get it. So forth and so on. It starts out really, really easy. But then by the end of the month, you know, or getting close to the end of the month, you got to get rid of 19 things on the 19th and 30 things on the 30th. But I think what's great about the minimalism game is you start out real simple and you start to build that momentum. So when you do get to day 19, it's not as difficult as if you just started with getting rid of 19 things.
Right, and I think you can start anywhere in your house when you do that. You can start with the things that give you that momentum, because as you get that inertia going, letting go sort of gets easier by the day. The more you do it, the freer and happier and lighter you feel, and the more you want to get out of your house.
For sure.
And so you can start anywhere. I found with me the easiest place to start is often the closet, because we all have a bunch of clothes we haven't worn in the last 90 days or even in the last year. It's just sitting there in the back. So that's a great place physically to get started, and you can start the minimalism game there.
Or maybe you got some old catalogs, or like, I mean, I used to have like magazines that I held on to for God knows what. Like, if I ever wanted to go back and reference it, you know, the summer fashion in GQ from 2 years ago. I don't know why I held on to
2003.
Right, exactly. So yeah, pick somewhere easy to start.
Well, let's talk about the sentimental items, because for me, I accidentally started with that with my mom's stuff, because when she passed away, that's sort of when I stumbled into minimalism. And I don't recommend starting there unless it's really a place that you feel comfortable with dealing with, because we tie up so much emotion and sentiment into these sentimental items. We've attached so much meaning to these things. And I think that what we need to do first is start letting go of the things that don't have any meaning to us. They're just getting in the way of our life. And quite often, even the sentimental items, they're not the problem. If you just have a few sentimental items, maybe you'll get a lot of joy from those things. If you have hundreds of thousands of sentimental items, well, then you're going to water down your joy that you do get from those things. I would start somewhere else, though. I get that you can attach meaning and sentiment to virtually anything, but there are probably so many things in your home that mean absolutely nothing to you whatsoever.
Yeah, one thing I want to say too about the 30-day minimalism game is if you can't find someone to join this game with you, there are so many people online. If you look at the hashtag Mins game, you will find thousands and thousands of people who play this, and they will start it every single month. So you've always got a partner out there. If you don't have one in real life, you can find one online. But the 30-day minimalism game is a great place to start with your journey.
Well, I'm happy we're doing living room conversations again. You can ask your questions below. Oh, by the way, Ryan and I are getting ready to go on tour. You can find all the tour dates on our website, theminimalists.com/tour. We're going to do a live version of our podcast. We'll do a talk, and we'll even have some special guests. So come on out and join us for, well, any of those tour stops. Find the city nearest you at theminimalists.com, and we'll see you next time on Living Room Conversations.
Thanks for joining us. See ya.
The Minimalists.